Steve Furrow with the Kingery team and Mountain to Lake Realty, bringing you another adventure in real estate. Thank you for joining us, and we've got...
I'm Julie Kingery, part of the Kingery team as well, and Mountain to Lake Realty.
No stranger here to Adventures on Real Estate. Thank you, Julie, for joining us.
Thanks for having me back.
So, Julie, questions about the market and kind of how things are going. I ran across this, I guess you would say, this graph that come out from the National Association of Realtors, talking a little bit about days on market. And so I'll just pose the question, you see this graph? I mean, this is not something new, if you will. We see these days on market things come out all the time. But when you see this, what, from your perspective, what's it say to you?
That it's still a good market. It's still a good time to sell. It makes it a little bit harder for buyers still, so it's still considered a seller's market, I think. Our days on market are still low, so if you are looking to buy, it's still competitive, so you want to make sure that you have that lender in place or you have your funds in place so that you're ready. As soon as you find the right house, you're ready to make a competitive offer. And if you are a seller, make sure that you have your house ready and make that first impression look good, and most likely you will be able to, if you price it right, let me add that, if you price it right, days on market should be still low.
So, and just to kind of pull back for a minute, and I apologize, sometimes we get all hung up in the job, if you will, but when we say days on market, what we're referring to is you sign the paperwork as a seller to put your property on the market, and so then the days on market are the days in which it's actually on the market, actively out there for buyers to check out. So that's what we're talking about. And so we say average days on market, that's the average number of days that house is on the market actively being looked at by buyers. Now, once we get a contract written, it technically would come off the market or would go pending. So that that's what we're looking at here when we talk about average days on market. Looks like for July it was 17 days on the market. A home stayed on the market active for 17 days was the average time it stayed on there. And go ahead.
No, I was just going to add into that. Some of those were 1 day on the market, 4 hours on the market. Some might have taken a little bit longer than that 2-week period. Bottom line is there's a perfect person for every house that comes on the market. Sometimes it just takes us a little bit longer to find that person, but price it right, be ready, have a lender in place if you're a buyer. Sometimes it takes a little extra patience on the buyer side to find that right house, but still a good market for sellers. Yeah,
I mean, if it's meant to be, I mean, I've here recently I've had that conversation more than once. I mean, if it's meant to be, it will happen. You get a little patience on the buyer side.
Right.
You know, seller side, I mean, Julie, you hit the nail on the head there from that standpoint, making sure that we do everything we can to put the best foot forward.
Right.
You know, talk about landscaping, new paint, light bulbs. These things we've talked about before, but making sure that as a seller you have those things in place really makes a big difference.
Right.
So, anything else you want to add there, Miss Julie? Good to go?
I think we're good to go.
Well, we're going to let that wrap things up for this adventure in real estate. We do appreciate you being with us. Julie, thank you.
Thank you.
Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time on another adventure in real estate.